Rockers in Recovery Media is dedicated to carrying the message of addiction recovery through music, news, events, and festivals taking place within and not limited to the clean and sober community.
Hey, good evening. This is John Hollis, host of Rockers in Recovery, Rockers in Recovery Radio. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We've had some great shows going on here over the last couple of days since we got back from the trip from Pennsylvania. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Tonight's musical guest is the Wilkof Project. They're going to be sharing about their new release, and they're going to be sharing about life in recovery and music. And their new release is A Long Way Down. Great song. Checked it out today. Checked it out a couple of weeks ago, too. It's an excellent song. We also have recovery educator John Giordano on with us. John has been around the recovery movement and helping people to get into recovery and treat them from addiction for probably over 30 years, going on 35 years. Tonight he's going to be talking about, of course, addiction aftercare, which is a vital step after you leave treatment. We're going to be talking to John about that. John has also, he was the person that started the National Institute for Holistic Addiction Studies. He's also the author of the Proven Holistic Treatment for Addiction and Chronic Relapse. He just put out an acclaimed book, it's been out for a little while, How to Beat Your Addiction and Live a Quality Life. John has been around Rockers in Recovery for many, many years and actually was one of the first people to support Rockers in Recovery when we came out the gate back in 2008. Just a big-hearted man that gives back to the community and, most importantly, loves to help addicts. And right now we're going to bring John on, and we're going to talk with John about aftercare. John, welcome to the show. Thank you for being a part of Rockers in Recovery.
Hey, thank you for allowing me to be a part. You know, it's just about giving back and helping people. You know, I've been watching what's been going on in the recovery community and with treatment centers and all this stuff. We're missing aftercare. I know when addicts get out of treatment, they feel like they've been dropped off a cliff. All of a sudden, they told, go to 90 meetings, 90 days, get a sponsor, work your steps, and they're in a three-quarter way house, so they go home. And the problem is that they need more time, okay, to get their life in order, to learn how to deal with life on life's terms, to understand what recovery is really about and what the 12 steps are really about. And most people don't really understand that it's like a think tank. You go into a meeting and you listen and you hear people that are talking about their problems in their life and the solutions that they got. Maybe one of those solutions might fix you or help you to understand what you need to do. But that's only one part of it. Most recovery treatment centers, they miss the mark, okay, because they're not looking at the whole person. Yes, we're looking at spirituality, which is the foundation of recovery, and you know, and the 12 steps and church and whatever floats your boat to help you to get a quality life. I'm okay with. But what happens is that we're missing out on the medical component. Now, I've been working with scientists from all over the world for the last 15 years because I wanted to know what was wrong, what was going on, how can people relapse so often. And one of the things is they're not in recovery long enough with support. They need a good aftercare program. That's why I started an aftercare program. It's not a treatment center. It's a life enhancement recovery center. And what we're doing is we're going to do wellness. We're going to teach them how to get a job. We're going to give them motivational therapy. They're going to learn about the gut health. Your gut is one of the most important things. This is all science. This is not me making it up. You know, that's why I spent the time, and I'm in 65 medical and scientific journals with some of the top scientists in the world. We're looking at what's driving the addictions, not just the symptoms. Yes, we do treat the symptoms, but we're also looking for the core. Some people have leaky gut syndrome. Look it up, guys. Or H. pylori, okay? Or, see, you have more serotonin receptor sites in your gut. That's the neurochemical that controls your mood than you have in your brain. And it can cause depression and anxiety if your gut's out of whack. Then there's amino acids that Dr. Blum, who's the geneticist who found the addiction gene, made a formulation called synaptamine. And that helps to upregulate dopamine. That's the feel-good drug that we're seeking when we use drugs. So we give people that. We help them with their food. Okay, we give them an exercise class. We give them karate classes. They get relapse prevention, motivational coaching, or spiritual and emotional and physical development sessions. And, we don't take insurance because I don't want insurance companies to tell me how to treat somebody. We have financing. It's not expensive. We're looking to help people here. And the bottom line is that we need a whole program, and it's besides the karate classes and the counseling, we have some of the guys that'll be working with me got 35 years in recovery, 36 years, 32 years. I mean, it's an unbelievable group of people that are into wellness. We're not a treatment center. We're in a wellness center. Okay, teaching life skills, real important stuff. Heavy metals, like you're seeing a lot now in the news about lead and mercury. They mess with your brain. And a lot of doctors are calling it ADD, ADHD, and all this stuff. What it also could be is you got heavy metal toxicity in your brain, and you're all over the place. You can't sit still, okay? You kind of like a brain fog, and, you go from one thing to another because your brain's not working properly. So we're going to teach people all of this. And we also have available acupuncture, chiropractic, colonics, massage therapies. And everybody said, well, massage, what is that? Well, drugs are in your body on a cellular level. Massage helps you to eliminate those drugs. We also do hormone replacement. Most addicts we find are low in testosterone. And if you're low in testosterone, you're going to have depression and anxiety. Go look this stuff up. I don't expect anybody to believe a thing I tell them. I want them to go look it up for themselves. I'm a recovering addict myself. I'm coming up on 33 years in recovery. And all the things that I'm telling you is the things that I've done myself. And I'm the former owner of G&G Holistic Addiction Treatment Center. And we sold in 2012, so we're no longer there. But we did all these, and we did hyperbaric medicine. We did colonics, we did massage, we did acupuncture. And, John, you know all about that stuff that we did. And we had a high rate of success.
I mean, EMDR saved my life. You know what I mean? And people think I'm nuts when I say it, but I got to tell you, it was a huge thing for trauma for me. And
that's what we do. That's what we're going to be doing at our wellness center. We're going to be doing all the trauma work. We're going to be doing, everything you possibly need to know to live a quality life. All the vitamins are included, all the nutrition, all the health plan. We're going to help you to lose weight if you have to lose weight, or you have to gain weight, to get in shape so you can feel good about yourself again. We're going to help you figure out what kind of work you want to do, or how to get back to work where you are working, where you were working. How to survive all that, how to deal with your family, and after the treatment, it's 30, 60, 90 days. So, it's 3 days a week. It's Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 6:30 to 9:30 at night. It's 3 hours of your time, 3 days a week, 3 hours a night. And after you're done with all of this, you come back once a month. It's all included to do a touch base so we can see how you're doing and what you need. And you can always call up and, ask any questions you want. That's what we do. We're up in Commercial Boulevard. We're going to be opening up on August 18th. We're having our grand opening. If you're tired of relapsing and don't know how to stop your bad behaviors, come by and see us. I'll give you the number. It's 786-271-5732. That's 786-271-5732. You give a call if you want to find out what's going on, how's it going. This is what we do. I was retired. I got out of retirement. Too many kids are dying. My son almost died from this disease, and I'm tired of going to funerals. And, what addicts and alcoholics, all of us need to know is we need to put time in and do the action that it takes for recovery. And sometimes we're lost. We don't know what to do, how to do it. Where are we going from here? Even how can I have sex without drugs? Okay, I feel uncomfortable around people without getting high. on and on and on and on and on. And we're going to help you to learn how to get reintegrated back into life. And we have a real strong spirituality program. I'm also a chaplain for the North Miami Police Department. And I believe strongly in spirituality, not religion, spirituality. Learn to be kind instead of right. Don't lie, don't cheat, don't steal. Do your best not to do that. Help somebody less fortunate than you. Remember, addiction is a selfish, self-centered disease that we all have a disease of entitlement. Okay? That's why you have to learn how to get back into yourself, the one that God created, not you created. And that takes time. And you guys need help, and we're there to help you. So that's basically what we're doing.
John, do you think that, and I see, the whole process when you go into the treatment, you're going into detox first, you're spending 5 days there, 5 to maybe 7 days. Then you get out of there and you're going into a 28-day process. Some places are, pushing a 90-day model because reality is that, by the time 28 days is done, you're basically understanding what your name is. And then you're going back out into the street, or you're going into a sober living house, and you're doing a little bit of, aftercare or whatever that may be, but it isn't really as engaged in what you're talking about, where you're really getting down to the nuts and bolts of what's going on with the individual as an individual.
Well, they have to learn how to live life on life's terms. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. They said, don't go with your old friends. Don't go to the old places. And I says, man, what am I doing? I used to go to the meetings. They say, listen to these people. I want to get high. That's because I was negative and I was afraid, and I really wanted to get high. So anything I could look at that's going to be negative, I'm going to go attach myself to. But I kept coming back, like they said, and eventually I started to understand. I started to listen. Listening is a skill. Okay, hearing is biological. And what people don't understand, the addiction model is broken. You cannot really get into recovery unless you really want it more than anything you ever wanted in your life in 30 days. First of all, you're coming out what they call detox. It's not detox, it's stabilization. Look up the word detox. It means to detoxify, not to put other drugs in. So really, the detox centers are stabilizing you. Then you come into treatment, and for about 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks, you're angry, you're anxiety, you're depressed, you want to get the hell out of there, you want to get high, you don't want to talk to anybody, okay? Then finally maybe you hook up with a therapist or some people in treatment and you start to open up a little bit, then it's time to leave. And then you go out and you get into a 3/4-way house and you don't even want to live there with these people. So I don't want to live with these people, but you forget that you are these people. But the bottom line is that you get lost. At least I did. You don't know where I belong, where I begin, where I end, and that's why I developed this program. Okay, because there's too many kids out there dying.
John, great stuff, man. And let me ask you, give them your website to where they can find out the holistic end of it. It's Holistic Info, right? Or what is the website they can find you at? HolisticAddictionInfo.com is one of my websites that's educational. You'll see all the television shows. I also write for the Sober News, Sober World, and you can look at that magazine, which is really cool. Or you can go to our other website for the Life Enhancement Recovery Center, which is PreventAddictionRelapse.com. That's PreventAddictionRelapse.com, or you can call 786-271-5732. And I'm sure we can help you, man. And if anybody that's an opiate user that's interested in Ibogaine, I've been doing Ibogaine detoxes for 20 years. So me and Dr. Mash. So let me know. Call, and we'll give you the information. John, like I said, great stuff, man. Love you big time. We look forward to seeing you in November 11th. John's going to be over at the 101 Club with us for Sobriety Rocks, and he's going to be speaking at the meet and greet the night before, and he's also going to be speaking at the event that day. So you get to meet John if you're in the local area down there in Pompano Beach. John, thanks for being on the show tonight. We're going to have you back regularly.
All right. Love you, John, and love everybody out there. Listen, keep going, guys. Don't worry. Recovery, just keep fighting. Just like you did with your drugs, go after your recovery. All right, baby.
You rock, man. You're the best.
Bye.
All right, John Giordano. John's a great guy. Appreciate the knowledge that I've been able to receive from John over the years. Gone through some things and trials and tribulations myself, and John was there to be able to support me through them. And just a great guy. We have Matt on the phone with us. Matt, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, dude?
Good to talk to you,
How's it
man.
going? Can you hear me? How's my connection?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
The Wilkof Project, a long way down. What's up with that? Tell me about it.
Well, the song, usually how I write a song, when I start writing, we just write the music first, and we start, noodling around and playing. Did I just say noodling? I'm never going to say that again. Sorry. So anyway.
Doodling.
We start out. Yeah, whatever. Forgive me for that. So, we start playing around, and the song and the music usually will take a certain timbre or sound or vibe, and that's how I formulate my lyrics. All my lyrics are about recovery, about my story, about redemption, about some of the pain. Just all the aspects of going through active addiction to coming out on the other side. This particular song had a more kind of not negative sound, I would say, but just kind of a darker, sadder tone to it. And so the song, what I was really about how when somebody's in active addiction, we don't realize how selfish we are and how the people that love us and stand by us, how we take them down as well. And, because it's all about us. We play the victim role. And so basically what the song is about that is how, it's definitely a long way down. You don't just one day start using drugs or drinking. Next thing you know, everything crashes. It takes some time. It's a process. And basically the song is about my wife and my children and myself, about how during my addiction, even though they were with me, that I basically, took them down as well. It's not a very uplifting song, but it's part of my story, and it's that's what I'm trying to. People with the music is there's been redemption. I'm still with my wife. I'm still with my kids and everything. So there's definitely been reconciliation. But that's what the song is about: is how we affect other people during our addiction.
Selfish and self-centered to the extreme.
Exactly. That was the long version explanation of the song.
Well, something, Matt, I think that it all comes down to, you're sharing your life in recovery with us right now, but most importantly, you're doing it through your music, and people are able to, may it be, the long way down where they really see what it was about in the struggle and the things that took place and what took you down. But most importantly, they're hearing the side that you can actually write something and commit to putting it out there for people to understand it and to help them to even experience it through the music. It's kind of cool. Just a little backstory here. Matt was with a good friend of mine, Paul Wilson, with Sobriety Unplugged, and Matt did an unplugged set, and I was really, really impressed. And how you put out your music and your expression was amazing that day. And kudos to you. It's great stuff. It's going to be cool on November the 9th at the one. Actually, it's November the 10th at the 101 Club in Pompano Beach. Matt's going to be coming out, and he's going to be at the meet and greet, and he's going to be doing that unplugged set, so don't miss that. It's free to the community. Come on out for the meet and greet. The next day at the festival, Matt and the Wilkof Project is going to be playing. Now, the vision of the Wilkof Project was actually conceived in 2015. Is that correct?
Yes. So basically I had I think I've told my story before, but I played in a signed band called Another Black Day for a couple of years, and I toured and did that whole thing and got out of the industry due to the lifestyle, my drug addiction, whatever you think happens on the road with a rock and roll band does times 10. So, I mean, basically, that wasn't a very good environment for me at the time. So I left that and, struggled for a little bit after that. In 2011, I got sober, stayed away from music for a while, just did it. I played in churches and stuff like that, just kind of got back into it. Because I'll always be a musician all my life. I've been doing it since I've been 13 years old. So I decided to start this. We went through several members. The bass player, Adam K., I've been with for a long time. He's been pretty much a steady member. Went through different drummers. I have TJ Bumgarner on the drums now. And so in 2015, kind of started doing it again, playing the Recovery Fest. And we just recorded recently and decided to just start taking on. It was kind of just like, I don't put any expectations on it. You know what I mean? We're just like, whatever, and put it out and see what people think. But the message, but the main goal of what I'm doing is everything I lay bare in the lyrics. I don't hide anything. So anything's about is my personal journey, and it's not like I'm singing about rocking and rolling on a Saturday night or some nonsense lyrics of a lot of people will do that. Just it's all about me. So I'm laid bare. And the message is to show people, first of all, to tell a story, and if they ask, I'm not a preacher, number one, so I'm not going to go out there and preach anything, but if you listen to the lyrics, and people have gotten great response on it online, and I explain about it, and it's to touch that person that's struggling, like, hey, man, this guy relates to it. This guy's been through a lot of crap. He came out on the other side. He can still have fun. That's another thing, too, is you can still, just because you're sober, doesn't mean that, you have to be like, hey, everybody, I'm sober, and I'm just going to be bored and not do anything. And just, no, I'm having the best time I've ever had. Actually, so much better. They always say that, my worst day being, sober is better than my best day being high, that whole thing that they say. And it's really the message of the whole thing. Now, we have a show coming up at Propaganda, too, which is, a club on the 29th, this Saturday, actually, at 10 o'clock. And, at first I wasn't going to do stuff like that, but I decided, I have a lot of accountability, and my band's all sober. All my sober friends are going. And why not share that message with everybody? Do you know what I mean? It's really what I'm trying to do at this point is in all areas, whether it's in a church, whether it's a recovery event, whether it's at a club. Because that's the message of the Wilkof Project is being sober and being able to have a good time. There's a huge crisis, huge epidemic going on right now, national epidemic of people dying, struggling with this addiction thing. I work in the treatment field. I'm a director of operations at Simple Path Recovery down in Pompano. I see it. I've been in the field for a while now, for the last 5 years, and it's just, I'm tired of it. And I think everybody is. So I'd rather for me, my medium is music, to be able to raise awareness for what's going on. And so far, I'm getting really good response with it. No one's being like, oh, he's not cool, he's sober, and it's no. People are like, wow, that's a cool story. I think nowadays it's such a dark world that people want to see some light, and see some kind of positivity instead of all this negative stuff that's going on in our in our world today. How's that for rambling on, John?
That is, something, for a host, that's perfect. Hey, listen, it's called Lob 'em Up. Lob 'em up, and Mr. Wilkof will, knock 'em out. That's the way hosting works. I'm really, it's kind of a cool thing that you've been now at two of our festivals in the past. You were at our festival a couple of years ago, and I think it was 2015, and then you came back this year, 2017, and to just watch how you've actually grown over that time period. And you were unbelievable. You just blew us away this past year. It was great. It was great seeing you.
Thank you.
And here's where can they find your information? How can they find you? Let everybody know.
Right now, we don't. We're relatively new, and I'm not going all crazy creating websites and all that stuff. It's on Facebook. If you go and search on Facebook, the Wilkof Project. That's Wilkof as in Frank, the Wilkof Project. You'll be able to find it. And that's basically, as far as like a website, that's all we're really using. Nowadays, I think websites are almost obsolete at this point with all the social media that's out there.
It is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, we'll probably have, put the stuff, we just put it out. I just 2 weeks ago kind of, tested the waters and just put some material out there. And so far, we've been this is, I did it. Somebody played me at another sober, I'm not going to plug them, but there's a couple other sober radio stations that I have an interview tomorrow actually for one, and another night they did it, and a regular radio station out of Daytona is playing our stuff, on a local show. I mean, this has been like 2 weeks, John. So it's like, and like I said, in every realm, not just the recovery realm, but all over. Like the response is been overwhelming, and in a short period of time, like I said, it didn't matter. Like, and I put it out there. Anything you see on my post is, I'm in recovery, I'm an ex-heroin addict, I have 6.5 years sober, this is where I came from. So it's not like trying to hide it like, hey, we're the rockin' band. I didn't want to just be a regular band. Like, hey, what's up? We're the whatevers, and we're just here to rock and roll. Like, that's stupid. I've already been there and done that. To me, that does no good. It doesn't serve a purpose. It's anybody and their brother plays in a band and does it. So, and, I was thinking, should I be embarrassed to put this stuff? You know what? And I did. I put it out there, and nobody was like, oh, that's dumb. Everybody, like I said, respected it. I said earlier. And so they can find my stuff on Facebook. Eventually we'll have some CDs to put on iTunes eventually. I said it's just one day at a time with that stuff. Like, my main focus is my recovery, my family, God, my job, all that stuff. And it's kind of fun to do this. It's just what I do. Like I said, I've been doing it for a long time. But I keep it in perspective and keep a check on it as well. Don't want to go down.
Man.
Don't want to take the long way down again, brother. You know what I mean? So I'm aware.
Stay off that elevator.
Of the pitfalls. Mm-hmm.
Stay off that elevator, brother.
You know about it, buddy.
We're going to play tonight two songs, actually. We're going to play The Long Way Down, and we're also going to do All or Nothing. So real quickly at the end of the show, tell us a little bit about All or Nothing.
All or Nothing, if you really, what the song is about is being struggling with addiction, but then really finding my higher power. One of the lyrics is you saved my broken life. It's all or nothing now, and then the scales fell from my eyes, where I was able to see where, in the big book, it says either God is everything or he's nothing, and that was one of the things where it's all or nothing, where I have no choice. Like, it's either, because to me, that's how I got sober. Sometimes we can, recovery can be, can get convoluted and confusing, and people that, like, really it is, number one, I can never safely use without consequences. Again, I can, but there's going to be consequences. Number two, I'm not God, and I'm not going to do it on my own will. And number three, I need a higher power. That song's basically about finding that higher power, and and being grateful for it. It's just all or nothing. Like, that's it. There's no in between. There's no maybe I can do this on my own. The reason I'm sober today is because of my higher power. That's what the song's about.
Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff, man. Listen, we're going to have you back before the November 11th gig. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Pompano Beach at the 101 Club. That event is to support the 101 Club and bring up some donations and keep the doors open at the 101 for 2018. Yep. We're looking forward to having Matt there and a bunch of other bands. You can go to rockersinrecovery.com, find that out. You can also go over to @Rockers in Recovery on Facebook and find out more information. Matt, thank you again for being on the show tonight.
No problem.
Like
also, thank you, John. Listen, thank you for everything that you've done. You've been so good to me and really supportive, and you have no idea how much that means to me. Seriously, I was just telling my wife the other day, like, how I really, really appreciate you. You've always been cool to me for, like, the last couple of years, and, like, very supportive. Without people like you, it's just the message doesn't get spread either. You know, so it's you're a huge part of it, and I really, really appreciate everything you've done. And I'm honored to be a part of any event that you put on, brother.
All glory to God, brother.
Absolutely.
You know, but thank you for the kudos, and kudos back. We'll have you on shortly over the next couple of months here, and I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you. And you know something, you keep rocking and carrying the message like you do, and help many. Thank you for all you do, brother.
All right, thank you, John. You have a good night, brother.
All right, man. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, there you go. I want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight, listening to a great show, great message with Matt, great message with John. And if you need to reach out to me, you can reach out to me at john@rockersinrecovery.com. Feel free to send me an email. I'm always available to chat. Again, thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Have a blessed night.
When I was dying in the womb of the world, stillborn and dirty, gave my soul up for sale.
Rockers in Recovery Radio is based on opinion only and is not meant to treat or diagnose any health or mental health issue of any kind. If you feel you need help for any health-related issues, please contact a physician or mental health professional. The opinions expressed by our guests are not necessarily those of Rockers in Recovery.
Lucky Land Casino, asking people, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
Lucky? In line at the deli, I guess?
Aha, in my dentist's office. More than once, actually.
Do I have to say?
Yes, you do.
In the car before my kids' PTA meeting.
Really?
Yes.
Excuse me, what's the weirdest place you've gotten lucky?
I never win and tell.
Well, there you have it. You can get lucky anywhere, playing at LuckyLandSlots.com. Play for free right now. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+. Terms and conditions apply. See website for details.